Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My name is Caitlin Marie, and today we're making another YouTube video. What I'm doing today is just the September monthly recap, which is 21 movies. So, yeah, but it's just me as over here, and let's just get started. Okay, so the first movie that we have is Haunted Mansion. So, I watched this at a drive-in, which it was a cool experience. A lot of mosquitoes, and like my brother got like really tired. So I'd love to go again, but by myself because, yeah. But this movie is I've never seen the original, so I don't know if they redid it or if it's a remake or a reboot. I don't really know what it is about these people in this house. And of course it's haunted, so they have to get these other people to come and help not make it haunted. It's cool. I like the story behind it. It's a fun movie. It is, yeah, I give it an 8.5. No, I'm sorry, I tried to see. Okay, there. I give it an 8 out of 10, and it is on Disney Plus. Also, I'm going to put like my star rankings, like I give it out of 5 stars. So let me know if you like it or if it's just way too much on the screen. But yeah, so if you guys remember in my last monthly recap, I said I got this like movie list, and that's kind of like afraid to do another one because I didn't want to get another 1980s movie. Well, I did it like literally right after the video, and I got The Leopard Man. So I haven't been as good as watching these movies on this because they're all old movies and I don't like them. So yeah, but Leopard Man is, I don't even know if it's considered, it is, but it isn't. It's like this person, and she is like this performer. So this guy gives her this leopard to have in the act, but then what happens is it runs away. So then it's like a killer. So it like they think that it's killed, but there's also some lessons like that isn't the leopard. This is something else. So I think it just was really slow, and also in the 40s, and I also got really confused with it. But I give it a 1 out of 10, and you can rent it for $3. And then I watched Child's Play 3, which I've been going on to a Child's Play thing just because the new Chucky series is coming out, which as this video is out, the new episode is out already, which I'm so excited for. Child's Play 3 is probably my least favorite Chucky movie. It's just the fact that they only made this in an amount of a span of like something months. It just didn't really feel thought out. It was really slow. I didn't really care for it, but it's about Andy, I think 8 years later, and he's in this military camp. And of course, Chucky comes back, but he's after another kid and Andy also. It's a decent movie. It's just, I don't know. I give it a 7 out of 10, and it's on Peacock Premium, which I'm pretty sure all the Chucky movies and the Chucky TV series is on Peacock Premium. And then I watched 10 of Cloverfield Lane, which I got from Movie Poster, so I think it's a decent movie. And I've been meaning to watch this. I just never really got into it. But I really like this movie. It's a fun, like, apocalyptic, not mystery, but kind of, it's just a really good movie. It's about this woman, and then she wakes up, and she's, like, in this bunker with these two men, and I guess outside something's happened, and they don't really know what. I think they said it's something with the Cloverfield movie. I really like this movie, and I guess Netflix made something like this, but I want them to make like a direct sequel to this movie because like the way it ends. But I did really enjoy this movie. Of course, some parts felt a little drawn out, but it still is an awesome movie. But that's an 8 out of 10. It's on Paramount Plus. Not Plush, sorry. And then I rewatched Seed of Chucky. So I remember when I watched it and I did not like it at all, and I just thought it was the most stupid thing. But I rewatched it, and actually it really isn't that bad. I mean, of course there are better Chucky movies, but compared to me thinking it was like a horrible movie, it really isn't that bad. But it follows Bride of Chucky after that movie, and we have Glenn/Glenda, who finds out that them is Chucky and Tiffany's kid. So they just kind of deal with that. And it's a really cool movie. This is when Tiffany takes over Jennifer Tilly's body, so that's fun. I think it's a good movie. It's an 8 out of 10 on Peacock Premium. And then I watched A24's The Lighthouse. This movie was made in 2019, and it wasn't good. It was black and white. It had Robert Pattinson. I guess it's a really artsy movie, and I don't really care for artsy movies. And I don't understand how people like it. I just didn't really care for it, honestly. I couldn't even really tell you what it's about because it just wasn't good. But I give it a 1 out of 10, not one, a 3 out of 10, and you can rent it for $4. And then I finally watched Doctor Sleep. This movie it's a good movie. It's a sequel to The Shining, and honestly, I prefer it way better than The Shining. It's really good. It's, I guess, more of what The Shining is. I guess Stephen King says more The Shining than The Shining, whoever he said that. But it follows the kid, and then he has this other girl who has The Shining. Then there's like these people, like this cult, people are trying to eat these. So it's just a lot, and it digs more into The Shining and everything. And it was a good movie. I really like it. That is a 8.5 out of 10, and you can find it on Hulu. And then I watched Play or Die. This movie I think it's like a low budget. It's on Amazon Prime, but it's about these people, and I guess they're these gamers, and they're like told that if you play this game, you can win lots of money. So I guess it's kind of like an escape room, and it's like just, like a normal modern escape room. But then what made it for me is the ending was so good, and I'm stupid, so you might be like, that's predictable, but it just was such a good ending, and I think that's what bumped it up on the list for me. But that was an 8.5 out of 10, and it's on Prime. And then I rewatched Jigsaw to get ready for Saw X, which Jigsaw, personally, it was my favorite Saw movie. I need to rewatch Saw X and then rewatch them all together. I have a ranking, which will be next week's video, but I need to watch the whole series a couple more times to get an official ranking. But I still think this is a good movie. I just think a lot of people don't like it, but it was like the first Saw movie I watched. But I still think it is a wonderful movie. But it follows years after the last Saw movie, the chapter, and of course there's another game going on, and it's just a good movie, honestly. But I give it a 9.5 out of 10, and that's on Amazon Prime. And then I watched Talk to Me. I think I was pretty good with watching a lot of 2023 movies this month, just trying to get in for my end of year ranking. But this was a good movie. I wasn't really into it, like I didn't really care, but I watched it and I really enjoyed it. And it's about this girl, and I guess like her mom died, and there's this hand, so it's like a possession movie, but it's also not. It's okay. Not okay. I really like this movie. I don't know what else to say. That's an 8.5 out of 10, and you can rent it for $20. And then I watched Truth or Dare, the 2017 version. Personally, I like this better than 2018. It's just they go to this house, they play this Truth or Dare game. So it's like the normal Truth or Dare, but it's just better than the other one. But yeah, so I give that an 9 out of 10. And then I watched Happiness for Beginners. This is a new Netflix movie, and if you've seen Yellowstone, it has Casey. I think it's about this girl, and she gets a divorce, and then she goes onto this hike, and then this other guy who played Casey is in it. So it's like a love story, but it isn't that. I think it's just a little long, but it's okay. More of a mom movie than an 18-year-old movie, but I give it a 7 out of 10, and it's on Netflix. And then I watched The Blackening. So I wasn't really excited for this. I was just like, okay, like it looks kind of silly, but I still watch it. It was probably, I don't really care for horror comedies, but I really like this movie about these friends on Juneteenth, and there's this killer getting all of them because they're all black. So it's kind of like not pokes fun, but like who is the blackest, and it's just really funny. And I really liked it. So that's an 8 out of 10, and you can rent it for $6. And then I watched Unseen. This is it's like on the phone, but it's also not. It's about this girl, and her boyfriend kidnaps her and tries to kill her, and then she gets away, but she ends up breaking her glasses, so she calls this girl at this gas station, So, like, she tries, like, to help her go through the forest. So it's a really good movie. If you haven't seen the trailer, I do advise you don't watch it, because I do think the trailer gives a lot away. I think this is a wonderful movie. I really liked it. A little low budget, but it still is a wonderful movie. Better than 8.5 out of 10. And then I rewatched Long Turn, the 2021 version. Um, so I just want to say this is a good movie, but my issue is just that I understand that like they're redoing the Wrong Turn, but it's just the fact that they had nothing to do. I felt like it didn't feel like a Wrong Turn movie, but I do like the direction it goes, and if they make another one, I would watch it. But it's about these people, and they're walking the Appalachian Trail, and of course they get lost in the woods. So it's a good movie. I actually really like it, but that's an 8.5 out of 10, and you can rent it for $4. And then I watched The Boogeyman, the new version. I finally got to it. This movie it's okay. I don't really see myself watching it like again or buying the movie. It's in the Stephen King adaptation, but I think it's just to deal with the grief of the mom, and then there's this boogeyman. I did like the main character, and I think they have room to make more. So I did like the characters and the dad. I think it is like a good movie. It just wasn't my type of movie. But I do like how they didn't really show the boogeyman, but it still is an 8 out of 10, and you can rent it for, no, it's a lie. It's a 7 out of 10, and it's streaming. Oh my gosh, you can rent it for $15. I like so many, I'm kind of like confused. Okay, and then I finally watched The Meg. I remember watching it when it first came out. I didn't really watch it all, but I rewatched it just because someone said it was better than Jaws, and I wanted to be like, no, it's not. It's not better than Jaws, but it is, I think, out of all of these shark movies, it is the closest to get to being better than Jaws. I think this is a really cool movie with the Meg. I feel like they've made this Meg so big, and just what I've noticed in the second one is in some scenes it's really big, and other scenes it just seems like a regular shark, which I understand like that's the best you can do. But I think it's just really good. It's just people in this like I don't really know what it is, but they're like in the sea, and of course there's this Meg. It's a really good movie. I really like it. That's 7.5/10, and you can find it on Max. And for some reason, I did not write the Meg 2 on this. Why? I don't know why I didn't write Meg 2, but the Meg 2 is, I think it's like the same. Like, it's not better, but it's also not worse than the Meg. It's really cool. It's like years after the first one, and then they want to go down in this trench because that's where all the other Megs are. And then, of course, it's really cool. It's just, they added a lot of stuff that they could have, there's stuff that they added, but they didn't, like, execute it right. I do think it is a good movie. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. And I can't tell you if she really anything because I did not, actually, one second. I'll have it written down. But I give it a 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched Big Little Lies. It's a TV show. It's on Max. It has 2 seasons, like 7 episodes in each. It has, I don't remember her name, but she played the main girl in Divergent. It has her, it has Reese Witherspoon. Based off the book series, but has these girls. Just a lot of stuff. I do want to say Chicken One for sexual assault and domestic abuse. But just kind of deals with them. Someone is killed in the first, someone's killed. So it's kind of cool how it goes back and forth. Not back and forth, but just get into another series and what led up to the event that someone gets killed. And then season 2 is good. It has Meryl Streep in season 2. And it has Alexander Skarsgård. He plays Celeste's husband. And he's Bill Skarsgård's husband. Not husband, brother. So that was really fun and cool. But I gave this show a 9 out of 10. And I guess it was canceled. There's I think it ends well. It's not on a cliffhanger, but there still is room to make a 3rd season. But I think it was the director died, and they just didn't feel right pursuing with the TV show with the director dead, which makes sense, but I still think it's a good show. But yeah. And then I watched Saw X, which I have a whole podcast episode on it, but I just think this movie was so good. I didn't really have the highest expectations just because it was like a prequel between 1 and 2, and like the thing didn't seem that important, like the synopsis, like Kramer goes get something done with his cancer and it's just all cons, so he gets back at them. I do want to say, if you haven't seen the trailer, do not watch it, just because the trailer does give a lot away. But I still think this is a good movie. Top 4 of the Saw movies. It's a wonderful movie. I've seen really good reviews. The highest Rotten Tomatoes score of any Saw movie. I don't really want to say a lot, but it's just such a good movie, and I cannot wait to watch it again and have it to watch, like to have the digital copy. But I give that a 5 out of 10, and it's in theaters, but I heard that's going on to digital on October 20th, which why they're not having it in theaters longer is beyond me, but whatever. I'm just happy I get to see it again. And then I watched Ginger Snaps. So I've been meaning to watch this, and I was just like, okay, this is kind of like a fall movie, because it's like, like October now. Well, I watched it at the end of September, because September, I'm already painting pumpkins and decorating my room. So yeah, but it's okay. I think it's just very old. I guess I don't really get the hype. It is a very early 2000s, but it's this girl, Ginger, and her sister, Beatrice, I think. And then, of course, like, Ginger is on her period, so just talk about that, which is really cool. But then, of course, she gets attacked by a werewolf, and then she's, like, slowly turns into a werewolf. I think it is a decent movie, and the plot is really good. It just wasn't executed right. I don't know, I just didn't really care for it, but I give that a 6 out of 10, and it is on Tubi. And then the last movie that I watched was Spiral. I just want to watch all the Saw movies. I've slacked at watching the whole series. But this is just, again, probably one of my favorite Saw movies. Which, no, it's not one of my favorite, but it's high up there. I love Chris Rock. I love where they take the Saw movies. It's just a good movie. It's different, but it follows Zeke, and it deals, and like these cops are getting killed. And it kind of deals like police brutality, but not like wokeness. But I just think it is a wonderful movie. Yeah. So give that a 5 out of 10, and you can find it on Hulu. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys next week.